Hello, everybody. Hey, Paul. Hello. I'm looking forward to a good show, too. Hi, Lori. Boom. I'll take it. I'll take it. And just to prove that yesterday is today and that yesterday, tomorrow was today, from Laura. Hello, everybody. Okay. Today we're talking about history, and we're talking about a group that I started with James Voss, with bassist James Voss in 1987. We quickly conscribed drummer Peter Anderson, and then by 1989 had added Greg Wold, the trombonist, the rock god trombonist. And the four of us were called the Willie Wisely Trio. And that we tour the nation, and if I may quote a lyric of my own from the song Surreal, well, from the Poconos to Des Moines, we toured the land. And rock and roll was young, y'all be damned. But we were four, and yeah, four were we. Hey guys, it's a symphony. It's a symphony. So we had a really neat thing going on. We broke up. We started to break up in 93. We finally broke up in 95. Sounds like a dysfunctional relationship, doesn't it? And but not without leaving a whole bunch of awesome legacy and music and relationships that carry forward to this day. And something tells me that group of guys hasn't seen our last reunion. We reunited for the album True. Today, we are tracking True on the Stayin' Home Again World Tour. Welcome, everybody, to the Stayin' Home Again World Tour. And yeah, we're tracking my True album. True was released slowly from like 2012 to 2014-ish, somewhere in there. And, on digital and CD. And it took us a while to get to a release show. We played one eventually, I think, in 2014. I'll show you a little documentary on that later. Anyway, True is a very meaningful record to me. One, primarily because I feel like it was overlooked. It was released in an age right in between CDs and the digital era, 2012. And I just feel like a lot of people didn't really hear it. And I didn't do a ton of touring behind it because I had vocal cord issues. So, which thankfully got solved. But so it's an album that I'm really eager to re-celebrate. And today's just, I'm giddy to play these songs. I don't include a lot of these songs in my usual sets, live sets over the last few years. And I'm freaking wondering why not. Anyway, I'm really enjoying these. I'm hoping that you will too. I wanted to give extra special love and credit to Peter Anderson, James Voss, and Greg Wold, the guys in my trio, because we toured the nation. We played hundreds and hundreds of shows, and we spent 1,000 hours together. And man, we played our hearts out. And I'm going to show you some vintage trio footage later, and you will be like, "What the F did I just see?" Like, it's not normal people doing normal things. It's not normal bands making normal music. Anyway, I like to think that True, the album we're tracking today, is our, I don't know how you'd say it. It's a strong statement about what we were, and it's a great legacy to live forward with. It was produced by Ed Ackerson, the late Ed Ackerson, whose death we mourned last October. And he's a great loss to the Minnesota music community, and he produced this record, and I believe that you can hear him in the grooves. So without further ado, we are going to start tracking True, the album True by Willie Wisely, technically by the Willie Wisely Trio, right? And that's the album cover. Let's see. There you go. Cool cartoons. I sort of look like Tom Petty there. That's neat. And we all look a little trollish, honestly. Peter, lots of eyeballs. All right, there you go. I have these I have a closet of these, trust me. And boy, would I love to sign them and send them to you. All right, here we go. Woman, don't act so insulted. You know she's smart to the tooth. Can't stop the lies once they're started. Kiss her and keep it true. Too bad your face got the footprint. So high the price of delight. She's gonna give you the rainbow. Kiss her and make it right. Kiss her and make it right. So go and ruin your good thing. Go on, you won't get a fight. I swear if I weren't your friend, I'd kiss her and make it alright. Hard to believe that you dare let her go. So many boys would have died. Whoa, 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 for what you know, no. Kiss her and make it right. This song loves you, Mark. Kiss her and make it right. Na 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 na. True home. Wow, wow. Oh, hard to believe that you dare let her go. So many soldiers have died. Whoa, whoa, for what you know, no. Kiss her and make it alright. Kiss her and make it right. Kiss her and make it alright. Kiss her and make it right. Dave Popoff. Haha, there you go. Dave Popoff, welcome. Mark, appreciate the remarks. And that was Kiss Her and Make It Right. Track number 1 off of True. That one, man, I just wanted to write a song that popped. I just wanted to write something like the Monkees could sing it, like Mickey Dolenz would just sound so great on that one. And I even tried to sound like him in the background vocals, so I did my best impression there. And just wanted a song that moved and punched. And the beginning was actually me going, Paperback Writer. I just wanted a baritone sort of guitar lick to start off a song, and everything just flowed from there. And I actually initially recorded the original demo, which I should release someday, actually, with a sample from an old 60s mod group that nobody's ever heard of again. But so the beat was sort of established by an old 60s group from the continent or from England. All right, so moving on to song number 2 on True. I am extremely proud of the lyrics on this album, particularly this song. And but I do have this indelible thing. I had a close friend at the time, and I remember we were on our way to go see a Philip Glass concert, and I had a cassette tech, and he picked me up in his car, and I said, "Dude, I got a new song," and I played it for him, and he didn't like it. So I sort of sat on this. He was a trusted friend, a trusted music guy in Minneapolis, and I just took that to heart, and I buried this song pretty far down. And then, but when I realized, like I said in the email, many of you are on my email list. Like I said in the email, my sort of very colorful songs were starting to stack up in the early aughts. I had released She, Turbo Sherbert, Parador, Wisely, and those are all solo records. And I was longing for the camaraderie with my old trio, our old road warrior friends, dudes, brothers in arms. and these kind of colorful, kooky songs, because we were a kooky group, started to stack up, and that's what's sort of like, we got to get the boys back together. And finally, I got the courage to record Dr. Jack. My buddy Andy Sullivan in Washington D.C. played brilliant synthesizer licks on it. He has no idea. I don't think I've ever told him how cool they are, but he's the banjo player as well. And then he sent me these like and all these weird, I never would have thought of it. And it's just the beauty of collaboration. Dr. Jack Kevorkian was in the news. Dr. Jack Kevorkian was in the news. And so I was thinking of these kind of crazy people pushing the limits of things. I also, know there's not a songwriter in history that doesn't want to have a song in their catalog that resembles Major Tom, right? David Bowie's Major Tom. And so I was just exercising that desire, that devotion to my hero, David Bowie. So I'm going to write a Dr. Jack song. I have no idea how it turned into some sort of weird, bluegrass thing, but and there's no reason why it should, because the subject matter is almost Victorian, and I wanted to write sort of a dystopian thing about a guy who could replicate himself, and but like almost everything I do, it turned into this sort of erotic, voyeuristic thing, and I just feel like there's all these great layers to the lyrics that are kind of kinky. Except you don't really get that because you're listening to some bluegrass song. So I like it. This requires a deep listen. And I hope you enjoy the record, because there's a lot of fun tonal things on there with Andy adding in to the trio and Ed Ackerson producing. Well, I'm Dr. Jack in a tinfoil suit. Bring on my spectators. Wax me up and it fits like skin. Born incubators. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm Dr. Jack on the precipice. Bring on my investors. Bring to me their riches, taste the fruit of my endeavors. Whoa, whoa, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cells collide and then divide. One of me now to vie. Well, I'm Dr. Jack and the crowd cheers on. Hail to God and science. Whoa, my sweet girl Friday said she must leave my employ. She must leave my employ. Whoa, whoa, Well, I'm Dr. Jack in a custom can. Bring on my detractors. I eat them all for the vitamins. Belch, the voice of traitors. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Oh yeah. Cells collide and they multiply. Two of me times lambda pi. Oh, well, I'm Dr. Jack in the millennium. I have seen the view. And science is for the few. Well, I'm Dr. Jack, and I have seen the view, and science is for the few. Which is, I didn't even realize until I was practicing this song this week. I was like, oh, wow, that's a really good last line, because it's completely ironic to the rest of the song, how the guy's multiplying himself. But science is for the few. Like I said, I'm really proud of these lyrics, and I hope you can find time to dig into them on your own terms and time. And write letters to your old college English professors and tout the virtues of Willie Wisely and how there should really be a college class on his music and, do that whole Dylan thing. I jest. Okay, who do we got? We got Steve Shaw. We got Lyle Angle. Hello. We got Alex. We got Bill Campbell. We got Mark Berry and Merrill. We have Rhonda. Hello. Drove to Minnesota with kids to see You Did. You did. You saw me at the Astor, my friends. Oh, wow. Yep. How are the kids? I hope the kids are great. Hi, Joe Pace. Let's see. Just so many lovely people. Donald Fox. You Fox, I'm so glad to see you after 37 years. I'm glad to see you are doing so well. Oh, I didn't realize I was doing well. I must have played Dr. Jack pretty well. Dr. Jack pretty well. Don Fox, he and I went to high school together, and I love that man. And Don, it would be really nice to see you as well. So I went to my first Breck reunion. Breck is a school here in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Twin Cities, and I think 2 Octobers ago, I went to my first Breck reunion ever, and it was so fun. Like, I love everybody. Oh my God, I love everybody. I was kind of off on my own thing. I was discovering rock and roll when I was at Breck. So I look back and I think, maybe I wasn't too social, or as my buddy Mike LaVille the other day said, he said, he sent a great house party picture of half the people in our class, in our 11th grade class or something. And he and I weren't in it because we were always at band practice. So, I feel like I wasn't so social back then. So it's neat to see it go back to the reunion and just see God, we share so much and everybody's doing wonderful things and everybody has a wonderful spirit and blah, blah, blah. It's just, I don't know. I'm a big fan of reunions, Don. I hope to see you soon. All right. Let's see. And just going back in the comments. Here we go. Alex Wisely. All right. There we go. This gentleman and his clan, they live in the UK. I believe I'm correct with that. And I'm sure that we are cousins. The Wisely name comes from Northern Ireland. We traced it all the way back to the mid 1600s. So I love that man. And you have lots of nice people in your family too. Okay. Britt Justice says, Dr. Jack Paxton Quigley. I'm going to need an illuminating comment from you, Britt, on that one, because it went right over my head. Mark, you were a bio major. So, you knew what I was talking about with self-replication. All right, enough of this. We're moving on. This is the True album, and this is my Guild guitar that needs to be put away. God, this thing. Next week, I promise, I'm going to change the strings on this. These strings are maybe 2 years old. I'm not a cheapskate. I am. But come on. This guitar will sound better next week. All right. Oh, you like my suit? We're going to play a video later where I was wearing this exact suit. Bell-bottom pants and white patent leather shoes. All right. Okay, here, what do we got today? We got Van McCoy. Disco. Great disco. What was what was the hit? Disco Baby. This didn't have the big hit on it. Was he Love to Love You, Baby? I can't remember. All right. Oh, bye, Van McCoy. Joan Baez. This is a weird album. Very strange. Lots of poems. Sweetheart of the Rodeo. Yes, that's a big influence on me. Oh my God. Bob Dylan's Hurricane, right? Desire album. Herbie Hancock. Yes. Stevie Wonder. Flowers, Stones. The Replacements. You can't see that cover very well in the light. Oh, this is the best punk rock record of the 80s and maybe the 70s when punk rock was invented. All right. So there you go. West Side Story down here. Some of you might recognize this. David Scott, I think you just bought that. Damn, I got to send that to you. All right, here you go. All right, more on the wall of shame later. This guitar is so cheap and awful that I love playing it. And most guitarists have that thing going on, just give me that hobbled, precarious thing and let my fingers hurt because the sound that comes out of it is so creative. It gives so much inspiration. And that's why we're moving on to Mule, or the song was called Man Named Mule at one point. I should have kept that. I'm regretting every song I ever released that only had a one-word title now. I think songs need more than a one-word title. So when I look at an album and I don't know what style it is, or I don't know anything about the band and I just see one-word titles, I just immediately shut down. It seems like, oh, these guys are, I don't know, it just seems bossy and meaningless at the same time. Okay, so I think you need to, the song should have been called Man Named Mule, right? And this is the beating heart of the Willie Wisely Trio's sets all through the ages. It's a very, very slow song. It speeds down, the tempo goes down to 0 several times during the song. And it's just a ballad of ballads, but it was still the beating heart of our rock and roll set. A magical song. I wrote it when I was a young man, like when I was 22. When I recorded the demo, I won't even tell you what was going on in that room while I was singing. It's just not for mixed audiences. So that's the drag. You read these biographies by your the Beatles or Bruce Springsteen or whatever, and you just know the best stories aren't getting told. I have some of those best stories never told things. All right, but back to Mule. I was inspired because I felt that in my high school, college days, I hadn't really read the classics, and so I started touring through some Dostoevsky and Twain and points in between. And after I read Twain, I was just like, Adventures of Huck Finn. I'm like, I have to write a song that just embodies that. And the vibe of this song wound up informing who the Willie Wisely Trio was. And it was one of the first songs where the press started writing about it. And it was just a 4-track recording with untoward things going on while it was being recorded. And but it hit a magical note. And to this day, many fans will consider it my greatest song. It's a little long, so get yourself a drink. I have some watery oat milk here. Has anyone discovered oat milk and given up coffee yet? Do it. Do it. Oat milk, it soothes everything. Hot oat milk. Just, you feel all your organs align. I don't know if you're into that feeling. I love that feeling when all my organs straighten up. Okay, bye. That's all you need today, right? That's all you've had your Willie quotient. All right. Yeah, oat milk. I accidentally put some water in it, so that's not my favorite right now. But anyway, it's replaced coffee, and it's doing wonders. Okay. True is my Mark Twain album. A queen, I raft upstream to find your swarthy dream. I'm a man named you, without a home. The river gives me 2 directions known. La la la, la 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 la, well, I have seen your ship out on the rise. It comes so near and sinks below the sky. So I follow you to Cairo, Illinois. You knew this man and gave him moving rhymes. La 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 la. Well, I have seen the sky turning green, clouds run blue. Sun and moon disagree, bright meets blue. Out there on that horizon, no point on which to fix my Mississippi eye. Well, I can see the day I broke my knees. Well, 2 feet towards the town, 2 towards the trees. Oh, I'm a man named you, without a queen. They'll drag the riverbed for my remains, for my remains, for my remains, for my remains. I have seen the sky turning green, clouds run blue. Sun and moon disagree, bright meets blue. Out there on that horizon, no point on which to fix my Mississippi. I have seen clouds run blue. No, I dig you. Out there, her eyes, no point. My Mississippi That was Mule, off of our very first cassette, the Willie Wisely Trio Plays and Sings, circa 1989, re-recorded in a very proud and awesome manner for the True album. And I would love for you to hear that recording because it's as earthy and as wonderful, with the same 4 guys playing on it as the original. And a re-record just couldn't have turned out better. There's beautiful, sumptuous horns and background parts on it, and I'm just proud of every single element of that song. Mule, my boyhood comes back to do me some good. All right. Yeah. The guys in the trio, can't give them enough credit. Man, they encouraged me to write, to express who I am. They never ever thought anything was too strange or too. I mean, grunge rock was unfolding while the Willie Wisely Trio was happening. The Cocktail Nation too, and there were all of these trends that we could have played towards, but we didn't do the plaid shirts, right? And well, we kind of did the Cocktail Nation thing, but the guys just they wanted my songs to be unbound, and their support of me was truly remarkable. And they basically, my songs came from a childlike, colorful place with that group, and I think this I don't know what I'm saying, except I'm just very grateful to Peter Anderson, James Voss, and Greg Wold. I love you guys. Oh, no. Sorry. Misread my set list. Next song I wrote with my buddies, Benno Nelson and Mike Rickberg. And I remember getting together in Dinkytown in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, college town, and writing this one in my old flat there. It's just I don't know where this comes from. I sing this and just think of my friends. So, all right. Everybody pays for their sins someday, so you better start fearing the Lord come Sunday. No jumping ship when it goes down, no shaking his hand when Jesus comes to town. Everybody fears the Lord come Sunday. Everybody carries something they regret now. La la la, ooh, la la la. We'll burn that bridge once we get to it now. No jumping ship when it goes down, no shaking his hand when Jesus comes to town. Everybody fears the Lord come Sunday. Come along, hell or high holy water. There's no messing around with the preacher's daughter. No jumping ship when it goes down, no shaking his hand when Jesus comes to town. Everybody fears the Lord come Sunday. Everybody fears the Lord come Sunday. Everybody fears the Lord come Sunday. The cool thing about the trio is that I was going through a gospel music phase, and man, the guys were right along with me. And I was just discovering Sister Rosetta Tharpe and Mahalia Jackson and the Five Blind Boys and Alex Bruford. I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, and these people were blowing me away. And so I would write a lot of songs with gospel overtones, like Robe and Glory, or Gospel Feel, Gospel with an O, or even like Fly My Kite had a revival edge to it. Everybody Fears the Lord was hearkening back to that compulsion for this failed Jew to write Christian spirituals. I'm missing a big one. There's a big one, a religious one. I'll think of it. Anyway, Everybody Fears the Lord. We would actually cover a lot of songs like Dixie Hummingbirds and whatnot. It's an amazing style of music. I actually work at a record label now that owns all the specialty records stuff, and to be part of a company that continues to make sure that there's a home and that the world is still hearing that music is a beautiful thing. Specialty records. Okay, who do we got? Lyle, nice one. Hey man, thank you very much. Let's see. Lori says, glad I closed the window so the neighbors outside can't hear me singing along. Oh, and beautiful. Is that Kenko? I can't read Japanese. So, let's see. Mark Berry says, you need to do a music video of this song in a canoe in the Boundary Waters canoe area. Oh my God. And I haven't been to the Boundary Waters since I was like 16. And it was seriously one of the best experiences of my life, was canoeing and getting lost at summer camp for 2 weeks in the BWCA. It's a great idea. And the BWCA, is that where the Mississippi River starts? So I don't know. Might be some appropriateness. Getting back to oat milk, Tim Tom. Oat milk is the bomb, especially Chobani. I'm thinking Oatly. Oatly is the brand you need. I actually have a 6.5 gallons in the when this COVID thing happened. My wife looked in amusement. Like my main priority was driving to a Whole Foods an hour away to get a case of Oatly half gallons. I wasn't going to be in isolation without my medicine. Anyway, hey, it could be phenobarbital. It's oat milk, right? All right, Robert Cortez, the hustle. Thank you. Yes, we're going to the Van McCoy, the Van McCoy album. I rattled it down to the floor while I was playing. That was his hit. Come on, do the hustle. Saturday Night Fever, even though it's Sunday night. Paxton Quigley had the course. Oh, soundtrack to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yes, Britt, you had mentioned earlier in the thread, soundtrack to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Oh, yeah. That was Tarantino used that song in the movie. Thank you. All right. Hey, Mr. Bill. Hey, hey, Mr. Grubb. Thank you for coming. And okay, moving on down. Stephen Shaw, David Popoff. Thank you so much. And Stephen Shaw's here. Was the guitar autographed? Oh, yes, it was autographed. I bought it in Japan. I bought this guitar in Japan. Yeah, that's my signature, and this is Jenna Fisher's. When I was in Japan, I bought a guitar. We were going to raffle it off. I think I got dropped from the record label before they could stage the contest, but we were going to raffle off this guitar for charity because Jenna signed it, and I've just kept it around because it turned out to be kind of trashy. Like the laminate actually just decided to start like marching away, and you can kind of stick your fingernail in there, so. It's just kind of a cheap guitar, but I like having the signature on there. Anyway, there you go. I suppose I could still give it to charity. James Voss has brought Miles into the studio to cut bass for that. That's right. Yes, you played a Beatle bass on Everybody Fears the Lord. Mr. James Voss, ladies and gentlemen. Bass player for the trio. He was the guy who gave me the courage. In 1987, we were at a music school together, what would become McNally Smith College of Music in St. Paul. We were at an early version of that in 87. We met. James was, there were like 40 guitar playing guys, and there was a few songwriter types like me, and then there was a few bass players like James. But James came into the school with a lot of already like cover band chops, sesh cat chops, and he was really like already pretty much a master musician, like fully realized. And and I'm sort of a guitar hack. I sort of play in my own way. I'm not really good at you teach me scales and I just screw it up, and I can't do the tapping and all the cool stuff that all the heavy metal guitarists in 87 were doing in that school. But James came in, and he was obviously a superior musician to a lot of us, and or at least a very versatile one, and he could sing too. And he said, dude, we should form a band. Like, your songs are really good. And I think I had Duration, which I'll sing for you later, which is also on the True album. And we had Mule. I think we learned Mule, one of our first songs, and James and I joke about, oh, it's so easy, Peter, just join us for a gig. Just play drums. It's so easy. And there's all these tempo changes and odd measures and everything. But James really dug into my music, saw that the technical complications of it and anomalies were part of the charm, and just supported me like a huge brother, and went on tour for all those years through 1995, and we've gathered together and played since then. I invited him to go on stage with me the other day, but I think he had something better to do. We'll play together soon, my friend. All right. So I really credit James with being one of the first people to say, dude, you have good music. Go. That was crazy huge. All right. Oatly is the bomb too. Thank you, Tim Tom. Tammy, hello. Steven Greenberg is looking in. Oh my God. Steven was the record label, the man, the A&R. I guess I don't know what you were. You were the record label behind my She and Turbo Sherbet records. This man has given my career also so much. While I'm giving gratitude to James Voss, Steven Greenberg, another just milestone in my frickin' life. Thank you. I love you, Unc. All right. And Tim Tom, what do we got? James Voss, you guys always killed it. Oh, Tim would see us, James, in St. Louis a lot. There we go. Loved your shows in St. Louis back in the day. Thanks for the memories. We'd always play Cicero's Basement, and that place was so full of great people and great great fans, great people worked the bar, Marla and Heather and so many others. It's getting to be a long time ago. All right. But that's where I met some of my dearest, oldest fans, and Tim is one of them. James Gunn is another one. Oh my God, he was tweeting about Mule 2 days ago. Like you can't feel anything but love and gratitude for this kind of thing. Galinsky, yeah, baby, and Grove. This is the next best thing seeing you live. I'll take it. And I bought, we went to Boys Town in Chicago on that shopping spree like 18 years ago. I need to wear those red, white, and blue striped pants again that we bought together that day. That is a really deep grooved memory for me. Anyway, all right. And what do we got here? Oh, Galinsky. Robert Galinsky is one incredible talent. Oh my God. He's working on so many beautiful things right now. Check out his podcast, Vanguard of the Voiceless. He goes out and interviews homeless people and has them speaking to us in their own voices. Like no spin, no news, no, just cutting to the quick, talking to the people who are living with it. Okay. You're not reading about it. You're talking to it. And Robert's just up and in it. It's really moving stuff. All right. I will wear the pants, Angrove. And Robert Cortez, what part did you play in 6 Feet Under? Oh, I was just, someone was talking about that the other day. I get this a lot. I was an actor. I was in the pilot, and I was only, and I was cast as the drug dealer to the daughter was at a drug fumed party. And I was the pusher. I was pushing drugs on a pregnant girl and her boyfriend. And there's a real close-up shot of me smoking crack. People often see it and tell me it's one of those untoward things. So I didn't really play a role. I had lines, but they got cut. But I did share a cigarette with Alan Ball, the creator of that set. We were just on a break and we were in a parking ramp and for whatever reason, he and I just stepped out and I got to talk to the man for a while. And I don't smoke, but he smoked. So there you go. No spin, baby. Okay, here we go. We're getting back on track. The True album. I want to play you this song more than anything. Great version of this song on our second cassette, 89 or 90, Drowning of Two. Oh, you know what? I forgot I have little banners going on. There we go. Drowning of Two. All right. And this song is just very moving. And Greg Wold really put the most amazing trombone. He unlocked this song for me. He put the most amazing trombone part on it. And I believe he plays trombone and euphonium on it, on the True recording. And the song starts off with a gong. It ends with a gong. I don't know what that means. It's just pretty rock, right? Speaking of rock, I'm starting a Who cover band. The world needs to watch out once coronavirus and quarantine is over with, because the Who band is well, actually, we need a name. I was thinking, You Know Who. That would be a good name for a Who cover band. I'm recording over here, just saving the files. rolling. And more on that later. I'm going to be out in the driveway here over the coming weeks practicing my microphone spins. I'm literally slow motioning video to go, what's he doing? Anyway. And in fact, Peter Anderson from the trio is going to be the drummer in that group. Peter's learning all the Keith Moon double kick tricks. And Peter, you said you need to go to a gym to get in shape for those Keith Moon parts, but Keith Moon, but he wasn't in very good shape. You're in better shape than he was. All right, let's see. This song kills me. Well, I try to be kind, then I find that I lie to hide how I feel. So I smile, but you know how deeply it goes. Low, I got it bad. I seen you, baby, sit and stare at the pool. You wait till I'm watching you before you jump in. Fool, you know you can't swim, so let it begin. The drowning of two. I seen you, baby, sitting staring at the pool. You wait till I'm watching you before you jump in. Fool, you know you can't swim, so let it begin. The drowning of two. The drowning of two. Time to undress a little bit. Oh, I thought I'd wear this. Hey, Tim Tom, and all my St. Louis people here, Mark and Merrill. Aren't you guys from St. Louis originally or something? I can't remember. This is the Gateway Arch. It's like it's a little metal. My grandfather was on the team that engineered the Gateway Arch in St. Louis in the 60s. And he got this medal like from the mayor or something. And I wore it. I wore it on our first Willie Wisely trio promo photos. And so I thought I'd put that on. I also thought I'd put on, I usually would like to wear a ruffled t-shirt under that suit. But I wanted to wear a t-shirt today. I am here. The National Council of Jewish Women's Thrift Store. That's where I go to purchase all my clothes. I need some pants. These are nice, a little tight in the rear. How about a t-shirt that says, I'm here? I am here. Yep, here. The National Council of Jewish Women's Thrift Store. That's where I go to purchase all my stuff, like this macrame basket or an old chandelier. And I still want that t-shirt that says, I'm here. I am here. Yep, still here. Farrah Fawcett, Coors Light beer. I'm with stupid. The buck stops here. The bucks stop here. Yeah, all my bucks stop at the thrift store. The National Council of Jewish Women's Thrift Store. That's where I go to purchase all my crap, like this Stayin from Hamburg, but I supposedly gave up beer. And I still want that t-shirt that says, I'm here. Not I'm queer. Just here, okay? Lee Majors, Billy Beer. I'm no longer with stupid. The buck stopped there. World's greatest grandma, 32. Black is beautiful and bark at the moon. Meat, it's murder. Whoa, Jesus saves. Just say no and have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Oh, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here at the National Council of Jewish Women's Thrift Stores. That's where I go to purchase all my things. I am here. I know I'm not supposed to be a salesman. I'm supposed to be a musician. But if you want one of these t-shirts, I got them for sale. Just go to Bandcamp. And I actually put them on sale just for this album celebration. We are celebrating here the album True, and Never Put Guitar Picks in Your Mouth. You might choke on them. And True is, boom, I'll go to that banner temporarily. We are here celebrating the reunion of my Willie Wisely trio. We got back together. We hadn't donned a stage together in nearly 2 decades when we played the release show for the True record. We played a number of them in Minneapolis and in central Wisconsin in Nilsville, where James is from. And we didn't take it much farther than that, honestly, because I was having vocal cord problems. I have problems generally. But one of the songs that we redid from our original trio days was this next song. And what can I say about this? I don't know. It's just an early song. I think I wrote it for an assignment at the guitar school that James and I went to. And there is the title. Please, I'm very proud of my string arrangement on this one. I'm not a trained string arranger, but string and horns, but we laid down a terrific version of it with Peter, Greg, and James for the True album, and I just felt like it needed to get really, really heavy in the chest at the end, and so I added some strings, and check it out. I think it adds a lot, and yeah, I'm going to point you towards a video of this one, of us playing it in 1992. It was us at our crazy height. And we went on cable television and recorded this song in front of many cameras. All right, here you go. Duration. Lassie, take me along. We'll find a canyon, make it our home. Make it our home. Bring me along with you now. Show me your dreams. Bring me to places I ain't never been to. Places I have never been. I'm in for the duration. Why am I for the duration? Take me on down on your crusade in a mission. Why am I for the duration? Bring me along with you now. Show me your dreams. Bring me to places I ain't never been. Oh, I ain't never been. Me long territory, fortress of gold. I'll walk the fences, you take the road. Lord, I'll take the road. I'm in for the duration. I'm in for the duration. Take me on down on your crusade in a mission. When for the duration, I'm in for the duration. When I'm in for the duration. Oh, take me on down on your crusade in a mission. Whoa, whoa, I'm in for the duration. And here's where everybody used to clap when the trio was done being crazy and finishing the highlight of that song. But what they didn't realize is that I didn't finish the lyric. Asian. And then we'd always get a smaller clap after the epilogue. It makes no sense. We just should have ended the song halfway through the syllable of duration. But hey, we were young. And, well, from the Poconos to Des Moines, we toured the land, and rock and roll was young, y'all be damned. But we were four, and yes, four were we. Hey, guys, it's a symphony. And that was the Willie Wisely Trio, in my words. So, what we're doing now is moving on to an autobiographical song. And this song was inspired by my work on The Man Who Invented the Moon. It's a short film. You can find it on the YouTube. I'm trying to talk like, some 80-year-old candidate for president who refers to, you can find it on the web or on the YouTube or on the Facebook. It's a great little movie, and I did the soundtrack for it. And it was a very childlike film, and it was all about a kid who was dreaming of that superheroes were populating his home, and he was trying to get up the courage to ask this girl out, and you don't really know what's real and what's not, and it's just this amazing thing. It was written by Lee Kirk, who wrote the treatment for my video that many of you have seen Through Any Window. That's the video that stars Jenna Fisher. And anyway, I was doing the soundtrack to The Man Who Invented the Moon, and I wanted to do a soundtrack that I might have heard Cat Stevens did this for Harold and Maude or something, but I just played my guitar to picture. And I'm not much of a pianist. I'm like a Neil Young, John Lennon level pianist, right? And but guitar, I feel like I can express myself. So I wrote the soundtrack on guitar, and many licks came to me from doing that, and I kept a lot of them and used them to create songs that would appear on my future records. And this was one of those. And this song is a love letter to New York City, and I've always been desirous to live in that city, and my wife and I are committed to one day do so, maybe after the kids go to college or something. And this was my love letter to it. I every time I toured to New York, I had the time of my life, except this once. I don't even know if I should tell this story, but my girlfriend at the time, my She album had just come out, so it was probably 1996. And my girlfriend said, "Oh, here, stay with my girlfriend. She just moved to New York, and oh, good, I can stay with I can't remember what her name was, Rachel, maybe. Oh, good, Rachel, I can stay in Rachel's place while I play my gig, while I tour through town." And well, it turned out Rachel just had one bed in her place, so my girlfriend's girlfriend and I had to share a bed, and which was fine, not a big deal. The problem is that after my show that night, I went out to one of those New York, they're convenience stores, but they have buffets, hot food buffets. And I just pigged out after the show, food poisoning set upon me. And so I had to go back to Rachel's apartment and sleep in her room while my intestines were exploding. It was the worst night of my life. So I love New York City, but pertinent to nothing, I've also had one of the worst experiences and most embarrassing experiences of my life there. I don't know if I ever spoke to her again. It was probably just too disgusting of a thought to ever look me in the eye again. But I do remember waking up the next day in her apartment and just feeling like hell, just absolute hell. Probably should have gone to the hospital. But I wrote... I wrote the chorus to Go in her apartment when I was really sick. Go, get it? I was having bowel problems. All right. Go. I said go. I said go. Go. Okay, you're never going to unhear that, right? You'll never be able to hear that song again without thinking of me in New York City. Dear God, what have I done to myself? Okay. I'm going to go back in the comments just briefly here. Okay, we're going back to Mitch. Good to see you. Hello, Tammy. You need to come to Ville. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you live in Nilsville, Central Wisconsin. I do need to come back there. Thank you, Tammy. That's sweet of you. Yeah, Alex suggests for my Who cover band that we name ourselves Who Are You? I was thinking Who Are They? Or maybe just call us They, the They. I don't know. Let's see. Thank you for the compliments on the songs, guys. Yep, Mark Berry. Yep, you're Chicago. Yeah, I'm sorry, I knew that. All right, Tammy. One of my favorite songs was that National Council. I'm not sure. Emily Polsby. Hello, sweetheart. I love you, Princess Emily. Jennifer Newman. I'm sitting here talking about New York. I stayed at your place in New York, right? Didn't I crash at your house? Oh my God, that was 100 years ago. Oh, Jen, great to hear from you. Michelle, great songs, cool outfit and shoes. Damn. Those comment boxes don't leave any room for my shoes. I think they're mysterious and intriguing. Love the album title and all the songs. Sometimes there is a cracking on the sound and too hot. Oh yeah, I'm screaming a lot. I'll try to lean backwards if I'm distorting the signal. Maybe I got to get a compressor. All right, thank you for that, Michelle. Appreciate it. Tim Tom says, where do you get the t-shirts? Bandcamp. Just go Bandcamp, Willie Wisely. You'll find me. There's an albums tab, and then there's a merch tab, and all the t-shirts are there. And they are on sale. I have that Romeo and Juliet poster. Yes, I did the soundtrack to that film as well. And that was James Gunn's first big directorial film, and it was for Trauma Films, that crazy company in New York. Again, we have a New York theme going on here. Laura Spalding, Duration. We've always loved this one. Thanks, Willie. Oh God, I love you guys, Laura and Scotty. We played their we played your wedding, but we played your 20th anniversary. That gives you Galit. It is so fitting that Galit is here watching today. Galit, the pictures that you are posting of Quinn these days are phenomenal. I remember him as such a little boy, and he is what a handsome kid. Oh. And I'm sure you've done an amazing job raising him. I love you, Galit. Bye. And let's see, Mitch, Britt, clap, 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 Tricky. Mark Berry says, oh no, you sullied Go. Yes, I did. I told you the secret to Go. John McCain, the Google. Oh yeah, that's the politician who was originally referred to that. Jennifer Newman totally crashed at my pad in New York. This is the most crazy way to hold conversations with people. Yeah, totally did. Miss you, Jen. Look forward to seeing you one of these days. And Gianluca, hi. You can say hi for my granddaughter, Sheka Pocha. Did I say that correctly? Hello, Sheka Pocha. I'm betting you're from Italy. Is this my Italian contingent? Let me know. I hope I got that right. If so, greatly appreciated. Diane, hello. You need to come back to Moorhead. Kirby's is gone, but other great venues. Actually, I have check it out. It's this album called Turn Up the Suck. And there's a couple of tracks from Kirby's. Turn Up the Suck is just board tapes. It's really lo-fi board tapes of the Willie Wisely Trio from 89 to 95. And they're we always had stellar shows at Kirby's. I don't know why. We didn't have a big audience, but the people who were there, like Diane, stuck with me. And two of our recordings from our stage show are on that crazy album called Turn Up the Suck. Let's see, Galit. Your kids are awesome too, but you need to post more photos. Yeah. I'm I don't know. My daughter's getting into the age where it's like I should probably not post photos of her. All right. Let's see. Matt, hey man, I tuned into your live stream the other week, and for the life of me, could not. I pecked around for 15 minutes trying to get a link to work. Please throw another show. I need to come see you. I set aside time. It was in my calendar. I had a bowl of popcorn. I had a bowl of Quaaludes and was ready. Okay. We're going to get off the comments. We're going to go to the banner. We're going to switch to the next song. Man, I know how to track a record slowly. Oh my God. I was introducing this song 15 minutes ago. The song is about New York. And it's also autobiographical. It's just about the suffering of trying to get anyone's attention in this world as a musician. And, I feel like I've done pretty well because you all are here. And that fills me with love. It's a short walk down past Sidewalk Cafe, where the green line connects with blue. And it's hard work singing for strangers all day, but I do. If my song is good and my rent's past due, be the echo and ring true, true. It's a long day under the city of drones, but the heat lifts when trains speed by. And I can't hear the string I just played with my thumb, but I tried. My thumb. If my song is real, my weary tune, be the echo and ring true, 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 true. Be the echo, echo, sing along with me. We all love the music, oh, it's easy to see. Be the echo, echo, sing along with me. I love music and it's easy to see. Oh, oh, oh. Be the echo, echo, sing along with me, go with me. I love the music, oh, we bound to be free. Oh, be the echo, echo, sing along with me. We all love the music and it's bound to get free. Bound to make us free. Bound to make us free. My song is good. You can sing it too. Be the echo and ring, ring, ring true, 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 true. True, the title track to the album True, which we are tracking here today. Let me put that banner back up. Damn, that is slick. What do we got in the comments? Matt Broughton, great show. Oh, I love it. Oh, good, Matt Broughton, your show wasn't public, so I didn't miss anything. Schedule another one and let me know, my man. You are a saint and a talent, and I need to see you sometime very soon. And you have the cutest daughter in the whole world. Okay, Stephen Shaw, can you get me an XXXL from Bandcamp? Just kidding, sort of. Let's see. I don't know how large I went on that. Email me, man. I think we're hooked up via email. Thank you, Stephen Shaw. Thank you, Matt Broughton. Galit Rubin, you're very sweet. These are great seats. Oh, speaking of seats, I've been meaning to bring this up. It's pertinent to nothing. It's my favorite thing to say in the whole world because it describes my entire non-linear experience. This stool that I'm sitting on, you kind of get a vibe, right? It pivots. It's a great studio stool. There's a studio in Los Angeles called Original Sound, and I was hired to basically empty it out. It was a record label, and the Music Machine was on it, and the Count Five, and Brenton Wood, and I was hired to empty it. And I asked if I could have this stool. It was in the studio, in the cutting room, actually. And I can't tell you the people that cut in that room. Obviously, this chair is from the 60s, and when we were going through the tapes in that studio, we saw names like Carole King. We saw names like Mike Nesmith. We saw names like David Gates. We saw names like Harry Nilsson. We saw, and he jammed out that night with Joni Mitchell. And I mean, there were just some heavyweights went into that studio, and I'm not even touching. A friend of mine is actually putting an album together of music that was recorded at that studio. I'm thinking Carole King sat in this chair. So there you go. All right, moving on. I told you it was pertinent to nothing. I didn't know I'd wind up yelling at you all. I didn't mean to yell. So great seats. Yeah, we got great seats here at the Willie Wisely Show. Better than the Spandau Ballet version of True. Ooh, 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 I love this. Oh, all right, Matt. I can't wait to see your show with your daughter singing, hopefully. Okay, please keep doing this concert series. Well, that brings me to my next point. Next week, we're going to do my eponymous. God, eponymous is the most pompous word. I'm going to use it because everything's so ironic and referential in my world. My eponymous record next week, we're going to do Wisely. That was it. Vinyl, very affordable at Bandcamp. I think it's my only Wisely record that's a Willie Wisely solo record that's on vinyl. I really want to put She on it. But like I said during 2 weeks ago when we tracked She, I need to find that photographer. I need the cover photo. She has to go in her parents' attic and go find the photo session because this just blowing up a CD that doesn't work. You know, it's a Willie Wisely suit when there's really, really dirty earplugs in the suit pockets. Anyway, I wore this suit for a video that I'll hope to play or at least point you to later. When the trio got back together, we went to Twin Cities Public Television at the behest of the producer of our first 1991 album, Rain Can, Ezra Gold. He was working at Twin Cities Public Television. He says, "You guys got to come on the show." And I'll point you to, we did a live version of Kiss Her and Make It Right, which is track 1 on True. And we did National Council, which is track number 6 that I've already played you. Those are really fun videos. And I wore this suit and I wore these shoes. Okay, shoes. This next song, with the trio, I mentioned that I found a lot of inspiration in the heritage of gospel music, and I was also listening to a ton of Lightning Hopkins at the time, and I just think this shines through, doubtless, that I was really doing the urban, rural acoustic blues track at the. All right, that was a beautiful sound. All right, there we go. I will keep doing the concerts, Mark Barry. Thank you very much. And we're going to the banner, and we're going to click low. We've arrived. Yes, I'm down. Yes, I'm down. So incredibly low, I couldn't go no further, lest I'd be near underground. yes, I'm high. Yes, I'm high, yeah. Well, I'm so incredibly up. I was afraid I'd bust a nut, or so afraid to crack my eyes. I'm young and I just don't care. Take me back, free to go, free to go, free to go, free to go. I'm away. Yes, I was away. So incredibly far, I parked my car beside the road. I walked for days. Oh, yes, I'm near. Yes, I'm near to you. Well, I'm so incredibly close. Well, the chair that you sit down in is still warm from my respiring. Do you feel someone whispering in your ear? I'm young and I just don't care. Take me back, free to go, free to go, free to go, free to go. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, dee da dee da, wow. Oh, Big Bill Brunsey. Do do do, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, dee da boo ba ba ba. Yes, I'm good. So very good. Ooh, I'm oh damn delicious. You gotta lick your dishes. Come on, baby, fetch my slippers. You said that you would. Oh, yes, I'm bad. Yes, I'm bad to you. Well, so incredibly worse. Than a drunkard in a church. Oh, that pistol in my purse. Oh, my lady won't see me riding in a hearse. Riding in a hearse. Yeah. I'm young and I just don't care. Take my back, free to go, free to go, free to go, free to go. I'm young and I just don't care. Take me back, free to go, free to go, free to go, free to go. Yeah. Boo, 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 son of a gun, and I just don't care. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Na 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 na. Son of a gun, and I just don't care. Oh, yeah, yeah. Big Bill Brunsey, Big Bill, hanging down the dark alley, riding in a hearse. Whoa, son of a gun, and I just don't care. Son of a gun, and I just don't care. Son of a gun, and I just don't care. Son of a gun, and I. Whoa, a little unhinged here. All right. Moving on, we're tracking the album True. The next song is called The Kensington Lows. And I was invited to go to the United Kingdom to record a record. I got a call one day in 1996 from a big hero of mine, a famous musician, and he wanted, I love your record, you should record the next one with me here in England, and we've got a studio, and the attractions will play on your album, and let's do it, and schedule for 6 months, and send me your demos, and we were all rigged up. I was talking to his wife. I was staying in the carriage house over the studio. It was all rocked up. We bought the plane tickets, and sent him all the pre-production, and I get on the plane. I fly to Gatwick. Get off, I'm sitting at the airport. I go out the concourse, go to the curb. No one's answering their mobile phones. Sit at the curb, calling the mobile phones. No one's answering. Emailing people back home. Do you have a number for unmentionable rock star? No. And so I go into the lobby of the airport and call some more and wait some more. And eventually I'm realizing that I'm stood up at Gatwick. And the short of the story is the sessions never happened. I never heard from anyone except the day before I was supposed to leave England. So 9 days later, forwarded a hotel, went on a huge spending spree in Carnaby Street, and bought some suits and stuff like that. Nonetheless, when I was there, there was a sense of despondency about the entire trip, of course, because one of my big heroes, someone who, I covered with my high school band a lot of his songs, and, that's how personal it was. I was pretty despondent, and so I made what I could of the trip with shopping sprees, and also with trying to visit A&R people at the record labels and try to get a deal. I may as well, I'm in England, maybe I'm this cool American thing. So I showed up to a couple of A&R appointments that I made through contacts that I had back in the States. And I remember I walked into this one and I was really feeling like, I had one and he wasn't interested in signing me. And I'm just like, God, this whole trip is such a bomb. I've been completely rejected. No one ever answered their phone. I purchased my plane ticket. No one ever reimbursed me, nothing. And I was pretty down. So by the second A&R office visit, I walked in, there's R&B awards on the wall, like gold records and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this guy he's not interested in signing me stylistic. I played a couple songs. It's like not his bag. And I'm just like, oh, Christ. So I just, out of some sort of weird, inappropriate fit of pseudo rage patheticness, pushed some of the stuff on his desk off, sat on his desk. I was in fuchsia colored velveteen bell-bottom pants. The bells on those things are seriously like 2 feet across. And I think a gauzy shirt that you could see through, a blue floral t-shirt. And I just pushed his stuff aside and I said, you should sign me. And that didn't go over so well. So anyway, I'm on the bus ride home, and you can't boss people into signing you unless you're in the mob. But on the bus ride home, a kid was, not a kid, a drummer, was practicing something. He had a Walkman and earbuds, and yes, a Walkman, it was a cassette. And he was, drumming on he was practicing for his gig or whatever, drumming on his knees. And I thought, man, this deserves a song. So I wrote The Kensington Lows. Paid to tally the hours after offices close. The bells of St. Kate's Tower ring over Kensington Road. Keeping time with a pencil, tweak up the radio. He drums at local pubs and stations. He's in the Kensington Lows, and on stage he shines. So why is he always someone's minion? Rehearsals at 9. Meet the Kensington Lows. Nodding off on the subway to the Circle Line's drone. His pillow, it's the Times. Read on Kensington woes. And he's been doing time, counting other people's millions. Rehearsals at 9. Meet the Kensington Lows. Just a cog in the grind. The boss chimed in his opinions. You're on company time, not some Kensington dole. And he quits in his mind so racked with indecisions, just off Kensington High. He's the Kensington Lows. Meet the Kensington Lows. That's a little cloud of a song, but I'm really proud of those lyrics. And what we got here. I snorted at that joke more than I should have. Oh, that was the Go reference. Oh, Jimmy Swan, man, I owe you a phone call. I love you, Jimmy Swan. She rocks, indeed. Thank you, sir. Mitch, comments in the way of you. I gotta figure out what that's in reference to. Okay, Lori, one of my absolute all-time favorite song lyrics is "I'm oh so damn delicious, you gotta lick your dishes." Yeah, and I didn't. That actually isn't a stolen Lightning Hopkins lyric. That was a lyric from Go. Jimmy, I thought it was Squeeze. Jimmy, you're right, but I was trying to be have some decorum and not mention who the UK artist was who got me over there on false pretenses. I like those pants. Man, I like your pants. You got good clothes taste too. Oh man, Jimmy, I try to be real. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Britt, for a few claps there. And then anything going back here? All right, I think we've got everybody taken care of. Okay, moving off the comments for a moment, we are going on to. We have two more songs left. I'm running late today, and I apologize for that. A lot of talking. We have two songs left, and they're going to close the album. And one is called Real, and one is called Surreal. And I've never, ever played Surreal live. And Real, I'm very proud of. It was my first political song. And as I wrote in the email, please subscribe to my email. You can punch the button at the top of my Facebook artist page. As I wrote in that email that I sent out yesterday, this may have been the first political song I ever wrote, except for in high school when I wrote Shut Up and Dance, which, in the New Wave era, that was pretty political, right? When famine flies, land in the face of people and hungry eyes tell you fate is sealed. This might smart a bit, no avoiding it. It's not counterfeit, it's real. Oh, the ambassador failed to paint a deal at the backstage door, where she finessed the deal. There's no more alibis broadcast to justify years we all denied. What's real? What you doing about tomorrow? Nations wiggle out, curmudgeons grudging steel, and they whistle a tune of drought. bodies are revealed. This ain't no TV show. To hell with rock and roll. It's not some vaudeville joke or extraterrestrial. Ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa, whoa, no, you can't wiggle out with your frown out. Why don't you cut it out? 'Cause this here it's all about. Ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa. All right, for my last song, I am going to play Surreal. Not surreal. Oh, Mitch Leventhal, when you're reading the comments and forget to take them down, it blocks you. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mitch. Yeah, I do need a television producer. Oh, thanks, Lyle. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Mark Perry says, you can write a great song of hope and joy after that experience. Words are sad, but the music is happy. Oh, that was for Kensington Lows. Yeah. Oh, always upbeat, forever upbeat. Drives a few people crazy. All right, last song, Surreal. This song is 27 minutes long, and I'm not lying. This song has 29 verses, and I'm not lying. But I will also not be performing the entire thing for you here today. The story behind this song was the trio. Peter Anderson, James Voss, Greg Wold, these guys, we were the Road Warriors together. We had tons of chemistry together. We toured from 89 to 95, just crazy amount of dates, sometimes 150 dates a year, mostly in the Midwest and Canada. Like we didn't even go that far and we played that much. So, but we, I knew that we had chemistry in the studio, so I wanted to give them all these songs. I gave them charts and things to study in advance and all this stuff, but I didn't give them a chart for Surreal. I wanted to surprise them with something in the studio, and I wanted to say, guys, here's, let's do something fun today. And I went over to Ed Ackerson, our producer, and I said, hey, Ed, make sure, do we have a lot of gigabytes left on this hard drive? Because the song's long. The song's long, and the guys don't know that it's long. So I just had a band meeting in the morning. I said, guys, here, I just want you to jam through this. And we had the whole band was set up. We played live in the studio, all four of us. And I made sure to hide, with 29, the camera, the screen isn't big enough here. I literally had 8 feet of, I think there were 4 music stands of lyrics just lined up, and I would just sort of move along and nudge the mic down with me as I sang through all the lyrics, because there's no way to remember all of these stream of consciousness lyrics. And we were playing, and it's minute 3, minute 4, and the guys are jamming. They're jamming hard, and then I start to do some free time stuff and break it down. And all I told them was like, "Oh, we'll just end it. It'll be fine. Just repeat these chords." But we had enough improvisatorial chemistry where it was like, we're okay. I was liking us to like NRBQ. Those guys could always just take off on a flight, and it was rock music, but it had jazz ethos to it. And so we just wound up doing this 27-minute song. They didn't know they were going to play a 27-minute song. And, people, you can hear it. Sometimes people ran out of ideas. I never ran out of lyrics, though. These lyrics were written in my grandmother's pool in Palm Springs, and they were all first, like whatever came to my mind, that's what went into the song. So I wanted to break a rule of putting no editing. Right? Great music is because you spent time editing. Writing is one thing, but the editing process within writing is 90% of the challenge. I was not going to edit myself. I'm only going to sing you, I don't know, I have 8 verses here, I think, so it'll be a reasonable amount of time. I know we're running really late. You've been with me almost 2 hours. Next week, we're going to track Wisely. You can find my True CDs and T-shirts at Bandcamp. Just look up my name at Bandcamp. Everything will come up. I was going to point you to some videos here tonight of vintage trio footage and stuff, and the documentary that was made on the reunion of making this album and playing the release shows. It's too much. I'll just share those in the links for the event invite on Facebook. All right, here you go. Surreal, and then it's good night to y'all. Guilty from the womb you were torn. They kept you ill-equipped and uninformed. Delusions of those who proffer scorn upon the hunchback. On the hunchback. Oh, well, the purse snatch went according to plan. The victim himself was a masked man, and everybody laughs who was not them. That's quoting Satchel Paige. Satchel Paige, oh, well, you're surreal. You're surreal. Far too cerebral for mass appeal. So often I've been called the leather-clad dad, ridiculed by those who ought to forget. Well, for once wearing a mustache as a hat. Well, it sounded good, but it felt much better. Oh, and all the wrong dudes take their bows, stolen from those who actually push the plows. A father dreams his son will settle his scores. Come home from war. Yeah, come home from war. You're surreal. You're surreal. Far too cerebral for mass appeal. The bandstand plays a sound heretofore unknown as Macbeth's favorite play, swordfish trombone. And everyone worth knowing becomes a clone. Did you turn off your phones? Did you turn off your phones? Well, the manufacturer's rep sings Violent Night. Hello, she chirps, you look like the silent type. And suddenly, an eggshell cracks on your head. You hear it moan, fly on home. You're surreal, you're surreal, far too cerebral for mass appeal. Magnificent course hogs the oxygen room and rises from a chair as Claire de Lune. The salad forks go outside of the spoons. Where were you born? Where were you born? And crunching rocks became a parlor game of every well-mandibled chap with 2 first names. And the philatelic exhibit forecasts rain. Stamps stick together, y'all. Stamps stick together. It's surreal. It's surreal. Far too cerebral. Lacks appeal. Oh, a wizard takes a headless form while dealing strip poker in the girls' dorm. While head mistress peeks below the keyhole, crone in shock and awe. The keyhole, shock and awe. Where once was a sheer face of rock is now a dress shop's parking lot. And everything that was vertical is so blasé. When do we animate? When do we animate? You're surreal. You're surreal. Far too cerebral for mass appeal. Kwanzaa, dance. Kwanzaa, dance. It's Kwanzaa, dance. Inside our hearts, we always knew what's true. Rarely, though, did we let it guide us in what we do. But life is nothing that you can pretend to control. Just check your bank account. check your bank account. Well, from the Poconos to Des Moines, we tore the land. And rock and roll was young. Y'all be damned. But we were four, and yes, boys, four were we. Hey, guys, it's a symphony. It's a symphony. You're surreal. You're surreal. Far too cerebral for mass appeal. All right, and that's my tribute to the Willie Wisely Trio, the boys who originally birthed me and my music into this world. My first successful band project. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, James. Thank you, Greg. And I'd like to thank you all for chiming in today. I'm looking at the comments. We got Brian Anderson. Real takes on a beautiful confessional tone on guitar. I love it. Yeah, I wrote it on piano. I love how the band hangs on for dear life on the recording of Surreal. They really do. The best way to listen to Surreal is to find a long drive. Mike Lidkin, I think a DJ up in Sacramento, once told me that he really enjoyed the song because his drive from work from home was exactly 27 minutes. And so he could listen to the song like from key turn to key turn. And he enjoyed that. As a professional editor, I am delighted by your appreciation of the editing process. Oh, thank you, Laurie. Oh, thank you, Laurie. Bitter. Okay. Let's see. I wasn't making fun. We agree on that. John Barron, I have a request for an oldie. Maybe in another show if you can. Lying Around Louise. We will track Rain Can, the original 1991 Rain Can, John Barron, and I will play that song for you. That's a really fun one, and it's about a stoner. I wrote it about the dude before that movie even existed. Tammy, thank you for stopping in. I need to get to Nilsville. Britt, you mentioned Mickey Dolenz earlier. I listened to True last night and imagined Mickey singing this one. Whoa. Okay. That's a little maybe too much synchronicity for me. Thank you, Brian Anderson. Thank you, Mark Barry. Thank you, Mitch Leventhal. I'll turn off my damn comments. I appreciate you all. And what can I say? I'll see you next week for the Wisely album. Bye.